Welcome to The Explainer. If you're a focused learner trying to keep up with the bleeding edge of artificial intelligence without all the marketing fluff, well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're tearing down a highly specialized tool that is fundamentally rewriting how professionals interact with live information. We're talking about xAI's Grok-4. Now, this isn't just another language model, it's a real-time intelligence engine built around a massive, unique data moat that we are going to completely unpack today. Let's dive right in.
Think about this for a second. What if your AI knew exactly what happened just 5 minutes ago? Back when an early Grok checkpoint entered a live financial trading competition called Alpha Arena, it didn't rely on yesterday's news. It ingested the X firehose for ultra-low latency sentiment and price signals on a 1 to 5 minute horizon. The result? Competitors using other models literally lost money, but Grok generated returns in the double digits. That's real-world, high-stakes proof of what true real-time intelligence can actually do.
And that story brilliantly highlights the core divide in the market right now, the generalists versus Grok-4. Frontier models like GPT 5.5 and Claude Opus 4.7 are incredibly powerful, absolutely, but they've got a fatal flaw for real-time work: knowledge cutoffs. They know the world up to late 2025. Even the models with search integration are essentially just pulling indexed web content that's hours or even days old. Grok-4 natively integrates the real-time X firehose right at inference. It's not a plugin, it's a direct pipe right to the present moment.
So here's our roadmap for today. We'll meet the Grok family, deconstruct its 3 architectural pillars, analyze the benchmarks and use cases, review the economics and limitations, and finally figure out, is Grok actually for you?
Okay, Section 1. Meet the Grok family and tracing its rapid evolution.
What's truly staggering about xAI is the sheer speed of their iteration. I mean, the pace is wild. It started in July 2025 with the original Grok-4 flagship, an always-on reasoning model with the 256K context window. Then, by September, boom, they dropped Grok-4 Fast, optimized for speed with a massive 2 million token context window. In February 2026, we got Grok 4.20, which was an architecturally massive update that introduced a completely new debate system. And finally, April 2026 brought us Grok 4.3. That's the current recommended model for API users right now, giving you faster throughput and lower pricing.
Moving into Section 2, the 3 architectural pillars. Let's deconstruct the moat.
68 million. That is the approximate number of live English language exposts that Grok processes every single day. That's our first pillar. While other models are sitting around waiting for web crawlers, Grok is pulling real-time sentiment, public statements, and breaking news while it's generating your response. So if you ask it about a company's public perception today, it's returning posts from the last hour, not articles from yesterday.
The second pillar is the 4-agent debate architecture. The easiest way to think about this is like peer review happening at inference time, meaning right at the exact millisecond, the AI is coming up with your answer. Instead of a single straight-line model pass, Grok deploys specialized agents simultaneously to tackle complex tasks. They think in parallel, they literally debate each other's conclusions, and then a synthesis layer merges the strongest arguments into your final response. It's a brilliant way to dramatically reduce the risk of a confident but completely wrong output.
Let's meet this internal team. Grok is basically the project manager, coordinating the workflow. Harper is your dedicated researcher, obsessed with rigorous fact-checking. Benjamin handles all the heavy lifting for complex math and code generation. And Lucas focuses on synthesis and creative reasoning. By breaking the reasoning process down into these 4 distinct personas, the whole architecture is purpose-built to excel in dense, highly technical workflows.
Pillar number 3 is sheer scale. Grok 4, Fast, and 4.2 share an industry-leading 2 million token context window. That's essentially the massive amount of raw text it can hold in its short-term memory all at once. It ties with Gemini 3.1 Pro and vastly outperforms the 1 million token limits we see on Claude and GPT. To put that into perspective, if you're a developer reviewing an entire codebase, or a legal team needing to ingest a massive library of contracts in a single shot, this is an immense, incredibly practical advantage.
Section 3. Benchmarks and use cases. The pivot to pragmatism.
The performance leaps here are just staggering. Grok 4.3 jumped a massive 25 points to hit 79.3% on case law v2, completely dominating legal benchmarking.
On AIM, which is a brutally rigorous test of elite mathematical reasoning, it scores 93.3%. And for real-world agentic tasks measured by the GPDVol AA benchmark, it hits an Ella rating of 1500. That's a competitive, head-to-head ranking proving it surpasses GPT 5.4 and Gemini 3.1 Pro. This shows Grok's absolute dominance in very specific, high-value professional domains.
But hey, I want to be completely honest with you here. Grok is not the broadest general-purpose model. It's a specialist. If we look at the Composite Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index, Grok 4.3 scores a 53. That actually trails behind Claude Opus 4.7 and GPT 5.5 when you're measuring broad, cross-domain intelligence. If you need general software engineering or everyday terminal commands, the competitors are going to lead. Grok plays to win in its specialized lanes, not everywhere at once.
So what does this actually mean for you? For quants and financial analysts, it means finding market-moving signals minutes before traditional news even hits the wire. Lawyers are leveraging that debate architecture we talked about to ensure case law citations are bulletproof and fact-checked. Organizations are using that massive 2 million token window for processing long documents at incredible scale. And journalists and policy researchers? They're using it for breaking news and regulatory monitoring straight from the X-Fire hose.
Section 4. Economics and Limitations. Balancing price versus risk.
The volume-driven pricing here is an absolute game changer. Grok 4.3 sits at just $2.50 per million output tokens. Compare that to the rest of the field. Gemini 3.1 Pro is 50% higher, Claude Opus 4.7 is a massive 83% higher, and GPT 5.5 is 92% higher. And it gets crazier. If you use Grok 4 fast, output drops to just 50 cents per million tokens. For production-scale apps, that level of cost efficiency is almost hard to believe.
Of course, we have to evaluate the limitations impartially. First, as we covered, it has narrow general reasoning. Second is a quirky issue the community calls narcolepsy. Basically, the model can overthink and hesitate during complex, high-frequency agent workflows. Third, rapid deprecation. Legacy models are sunsetting in May 2026. Fourth, independent evaluations note the model's outputs tend to align with the X platform's broader public direction. If you're building for an institution that requires strict, absolute neutrality, that's just a crucial compliance data point you need to keep on your radar. Finally, the real-time advantage heavily depends on the X platform's signal-to-noise ratio, which means human verification is still absolutely essential during volatile breaking events.
Which brings us to Section 5. Is Grok for you? Let's get to the final verdict.
Here's the bottom line. If you're in finance, legal research, or literally any field that relies on real-time data and cost efficiency as a major priority for you, Grok 4 is an absolute powerhouse. The high-volume value you get out of Grok 4 Fast is just unmatched right now. On the flip side, you should probably avoid it if you need general software engineering at the repository level, if you're operating in a fully air-gapped data environment, or if your specific institutional deployment requires strictly neutral outputs.
I want to leave you with something provocative to chew on. In the age of AI, is real-time data actually more valuable than general intelligence? As we look at the economics and the shifting capabilities of the future, we really have to wonder whether highly specialized, cost-effective, real-time tools like Grok are eventually going to dethrone the broad, super expensive generalist monoliths. What do you think? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.